Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Your Excellencies, the governors of neighboring states and faraway states, the deputies and former governors, Your Highnesses, the chiefs and emirs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to be here at the flag-off of the 2015-2016 dry season agricultural program under the Central Bank's Anchor Borrowers Program. So in the middle of November, when the rains have come and gone, we are set to commence the planting of rice and wheat in Nigeria's Kebbi State. For those still looking for evidence of our change mantra, this is yet another one. And if Mr. President himself is here, what further need or evidence do you require to prove the seriousness with which he and his administration intend to treat agriculture as a way of economic diversification in this season of economic stress? Mr. President, we appreciate your commitment and presence here. It is a huge morale booster. In the last few years, and under the leadership of the former Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Minister in charge of this ministry, many innovations were introduced, like the Growth Enhancement Scheme, the electronic wallet, and so on and so forth. These innovations gave great impetus to agricultural enterprise, and we will here openly acknowledge his contributions and pay him great tribute. But we will deepen, widen, and consolidate the efforts because we are still a long way from our desired destination. We say this because in spite of every effort he made, the Nigerian virus called corruption still found a hiding place in the implementation of some of his programs. In some instances, a few input suppliers supplied sharp sand as fertilizer. Some went into the open market and bought all kinds of seeds, grains, packaged them, and sold them off to farmers as seed. Seed is a very serious research matter. And this ministry will make sure that no quacks or fakes invade the scene, give farmers the wrong seed, and cause them losses. Over 50 mushroom companies sprang up overnight as seed companies, most of them with no traceable address. That will not happen again. These adventurers had no research farms, no laboratories. They merely rushed to markets, bought up any old grains and packaged and repackaged them impressively, passing them off as high-yielding varieties. Farmers who bought them suffered heavy losses. I would like to warn that this will no longer be tolerated, as we intend to use security and intelligence agencies to expose and punish them. The farmers must and will be protected against any form of dubious practice which causes him heavy losses and makes it impossible for him or her to repay bank credit. And seed and input quality as strategic determinants in the value chain. We cannot expect agriculture to be called a business into which we intend to invite many Nigerians, especially the young ones, if we, the city-bound elite, continue to play tricks on them. Indeed, one of the greatest disincentives to agricultural advancement in Nigeria is the growing contempt with which some of the elite treat agriculture and its practitioners. We love to eat, but we despise the farmer. We love to live well, but we look down on the poor farmer who labors in the heavy rain or scorching heat to produce our food. We would rather send our money to other lands to import rice, sugar, wheat, milk, Irish potatoes, cookies and biscuits, even lettuce and cabbage, vegetable oils, egg powder, and so on, including toothpicks all along, strengthening the economies of other countries and weakening our own. At home here, our youths languish in misery and unemployment. And when the CBN tries to reduce the pressure by cutting down on imports, we cry foul and insist that we must go on as before. Well, we will not stop. We will support to back the CBN. What is good may not always be popular, and what is popular is not always very good. We insist on doing what is right, and we are happy that the President of the Federal Republic is behind us. We want to assure you farmers and all farmers nationwide, east, west, north, and south, that we will support you and make you rich. It is nice to be rich, legitimately. We will protect you and your business against undue encroachment by other interests, and Nigeria will not, I repeat, not continue to be a dumping ground. Be sure of this, because Mr. President, I dare speculate, is a farmer, so am I. I have been in it since childhood, and I know your pains and anxieties, your difficulties and your expectations. It is heartwarming to note that measures being currently put in place by the CBN and supported by some development partners are private sector-led with active government support. Among these schemes are agricultural mechanization, and one we intend to introduce very soon, the Cattle Breed Improvement Program, to improve our breed of cattle, expand our capacity to produce beef and milk. We also intend to spread extension service programs to every local government in this country to enable the extension offices teach our farmers the latest techniques and principles of agricultural practice. For these initiatives, we sincerely commend the CBN and the many initiatives they've put in place. Some challenges still exist, and some of these have to be dealt with. One of them is how to engage our youth in agriculture. Plans in this direction will be unfolded shortly. Others have to do with food packaging. If you see those heaps there of rice, they are packed in poly bags. I want to assure you that in a few years we shall not use poly bags to package food. We shall return to jute bags. Poly bags are not very healthy for us. They create problems of aflatoxin and dioxin in our foods, leading to the sudden increase in cases of cancer, kidney and liver failure in the last 20 years. We are studying these and will come up with detailed solutions which will be read out and explained to all you farmers and to all Nigerians in due course. We will return to jute bags grown and woven here, creating at least another 100,000 jobs. I will add by saying to Nigerians that the issue of cattle grazing and attendant conflicts across the land is receiving attention. Mr. President is deeply concerned about this, and even if the grazing reserves are not altogether retrievable in the immediate future, we shall, in partnership with Miyetti Allah and other stakeholders, design ways of developing ranches and giving cattle fodder to feed and eventually eliminate grazing. If it has worked elsewhere, it can work here in Nigeria. The herdsman, his cattle, are important to all of us and will be supported to eliminate further conflict between them and the farmer and his crop. Finally, let me say that we are coming of age. Irrigation, not dependence on rainfall, is the way to go. The CBN initiative is the beginning of that new journey. To your excellencies, our governors, and in particular the governor of Kebbi State, we wish to say you have to lead the way in your states. We thank you and urge you and ask you not to be tired in driving the program. You have the land, the farmers, and above all, the need to create wealth and increase internal revenue. With the farmer, with all due humility, with a farmer as minister and also a farmer as president, committed to agricultural growth, I dare to say to Nigerian farmers, you have never been in better hands. God bless you all.